mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
We are waging war on mediocrity. It ain't no friend of me. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of Motivational Monday. I am so excited. I got to tell you, I've been excited. I've been thinking about this Motivational Monday all day. Couldn't wait to get back on here. I'm starting to see people get hop in the room. What up, man? Shout out your boy. Let me know who's out there. For all the replayers, please give me about a minute as I share this out to all of my all of the replayers. As I share this out to all my avenues, if you would too, I'm seeing the eyes out there. Shout, say what's up to your boy, and if you would please share this to your pages as well, and invite, type names down there. What's up, Keith? Thank you for joining us. Type some names down there, man. Invite your cousin, your mom and them, your grandmama and them, and let them know the motivational teacher to the masses is about to break this bread. And tonight is one that you definitely want to get. Last week, there were a little, had a little technical issues, and I had a couple people reach back out to me and was talking about a couple of the things that I talked about. And so I'm definitely going to go into more detail with that. If you would, man, it would be a great pleasure if you find this valuable enough to share with other people and to share it on different pages. It would really help spread this word, man. Let's get this thing up to about 25, 30 eyes. Hey, Mom. Hey, Rajetta. Thank you for joining us. If y'all would, please type names down there and share this thing out to everybody. I'm going to try to go to full 40 minutes tonight. My voice is a little weak because of basketball, but I promise you, I'm going to leave it all on the field and give you what I have. Any time spent with the motivational teacher to the masses is time where it's well spent for you, because you're going to find bread. Future DON. I hear you, Vaniqua. You're going to get some bread-breaking moments. Man, y'all got me going already. I can't share this out anywhere yet. You're going to get some moments that's going to really bless your life. I do believe that our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that's why I don't get, if I was out there and I'm looking at my life and I believe that there's more than my life, I would be on here with the motivational teacher. I would be on here with the I would set my alarm clock to be on here with the motivational teacher, because I'm not telling you something that I just read in a book. I'm talking to you about what I'm living. I'm talking to you about where I've been and where I'm going, man. And your life can be tremendously different, but we have to upgrade the knowledge. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We have to upgrade the knowledge that we're getting in our lives. Man, y'all done got me. All right, let me share one more place. And then we're going to get ready to break this bread, because tonight is going to be phenomenal. All right, y'all, let me. All right, y'all, let's get to this thing. 1, 2. All right, let's go. Hey, I want to thank y'all for joining us. What's up, Keith, Rajetta, Angelique, the artist. I got the future DON on here. I got my mom on here. Y'all, please share, tag, like some people, send this on out, because this is going to be some phenomenal bread breaking tonight. So last week, I had the technical issues last week, and I was talking about life is a journey and not a destination. And I had some things that didn't work well with audio. It was a big storm going on here. But I had a couple people reached out to me, and I was telling a story about how the great I am awakens our I am, how the big God sees our life like a big train that's already completed. When God starts a thing, he finishes it. And I talked about how with this big old train that most of us, I like to call us dreamers, most of us that's been giving, but that know that we have destiny and know that we have life and know that we've been given to something on this earth. Some of us, we tend to think about the finished product. And sometimes it weighs on us when I think about all I got to do in my life. And am I good enough? Am I strong enough? Have I been have I gone through the test enough to be able to move this whole train? And last week, in talking about life is a journey and not a destination, I kind of spent some time talking about the cart. Like the great I am looks at the overall train. It's his responsibility to move the overall train. But it's our awakened I am responsibility to only move the cart that we're in front of right now. And so tonight, episode 87 of Awaken Your I Am, backed by popular demand, move that cart. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we only have one responsibility, and it is to move that cart. The only moment in time that matters right now, I'm gonna break bread tonight. Life is a journey and not a destination. We talked about right now. Now is the most important moment of my life. Now, and that's why I'm happy to see you all right here with me tonight, because I think the people that catch this understand that now is the moment right now. Thank you for tagging people down there, Mom. I appreciate it. Now is the moment that matters. And most of us, a lot of us, man, when you know you've been given to something, when you know your life matters and you know that I'm supposed to be doing something big on this earth, Angelique, the artist, that I know I'm supposed to be, man, I might as well be painting murals in New York City. I don't know, but I know my life has been given to the masses. Sometimes the thought and the weight of the overall journey sometimes weighs on us. Sometimes we feel like we're not making the grade. Yeah, ooh, I like that. Sometimes we feel like I'm not fit for this call. Come on, I'm about to break bread tonight. Man, when this stuff comes like this, I know what kind of night it's gonna be. You better holler at your mama and them and tell them, don't ask me for $5 if you ain't willing to get this knowledge. You better tell your you better tell your cousin them, you don't understand what I'm doing. You better invite them and say, so you can understand how to get your own life moving. Because when I get there, I don't want to be the only person there. I want to take some people with me. You better tell them to come on and hop on here, because the moment in our life that matters most is living in the now. I'm only responsible for moving the cart that's in front of me today. A train can be made up of 100 carts. Listen to your boy. A train can be made up of 100 carts. I'm only responsible for moving one cart at a time. Come on, man. The great I am awakens my I am to move the cart that I'm in front of. It's isolated, ladies and gentlemen. It's isolated. And see, most of us, boy, come on, most of us, if we took the time to stop and focus on the call on our life, if we stop to focus in the area and we give 80%, 90% of our energy to that cause that's before me now, we could move that cart effortlessly. But we're sitting here and we're thinking about the cart that I moved 2 years ago, and we're thinking about the cart I got to move 2 years down the road. And like my boy Ricky Pitt says, we get paralysis of analysis, and it causes us to be stagnant. Oh, motivational teacher, I feel like I keep going around the same mountain every time. Why is that, motivational teacher? It's because we got to move, because I'm not learning the lessons that I'm supposed to get when I'm in front of this cart. I'm going to break bread before tonight is over. We have to learn. We have to learn. And believe you me, it's a skill. Because when we were growing up, a lot of us were just trying to maintain. A lot of us, we were just trying to make it for that day. There was not a whole lot of preparation into how I spend my time now to get what I eventually want. That's why it says the only time that matters is right now. Somebody holler at your boy. Life is a journey and not a destination. I want you, man, listen, the great I am is so much bigger than what we know. The great I am told Abram, leave your folks and go to a place that I'm going to show you. I'm going to make your seed numberless. I'm going to make it like the stars in the sky. He told Abraham. And at the same time, when he made that promise to Abraham, Abraham and his wife Sarah was too old to even have babies. And so Abraham and Sarah came up with this wonderful plan to try to assist the great I am, because they were thinking 15 and 20 years down the road of how I want to assist the great I am. They went and got a handmaid named Hagar, and they brought her in and said, Abraham, you have a baby by Hagar, and that could be the seed that God promised. I'm telling you right now, the great I am doesn't need our assistance to get us 5 to 10 years down the road. The only thing Abraham had to do was accept the word as true and allow the great I am to awaken his I am. The challenges come in our life is when we try to create, I'm going to say this, when we try to manifest or we try to drum up the activity. Listen to your boy. And we try to go in and help the great I am out. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Charles? Thank you for joining us. And we try to help the great I am out. I'm challenging you right now. I only have to focus on the cart that I'm inside of. The cart that's before me, I am going to learn and I'm going to grow in this season of my life of which the great I am has called me. Come on. I came to release the pressure. There's no pressure on you to move the entire train. Oh, I just released somebody. Oh, God, I want to get the masses. I want to get the masses. No, motivational teacher. It's not your job to get the masses. Why? Oh, my God. I got to say this. Ooh, I got to say this. You see, we got it. So a lot of times we have it so backwards. Hey, Pat, thank you for joining us. We have it so backwards. We think it's my job to manifest the masses. So I drum up a lot of activity to bring the masses, but God is saying, I only want you to focus on you. And as you focus on you, I will draw the masses to you. I will, as you grow and develop you in front of one cart at a time, I will attract the masses to you because you now are in a place where you will not damage the people that are being sent to you. I don't have to drum up. I don't have to come up with no scheme or where I need you to do a raffle in order to hop on my Motivational Mondays. I don't have to come up with no scheme to where I need, oh man, I got door prizes, I got this, I got that. I don't need schemes to drum up activity. Why? Because the great I am sees me working on the cart I'm in. And as I work, he's attracting watch this. As I'm working on cart 1, he is pulling cart 4 and cart 5 near my cart 1. I'm breaking bread. And when I leave cart 1, cart 2 is right there. The great I am has already awakened my I am to be able to move cart 2 because I focused and I grew in cart 1. And see, the challenge for most of us, I got to break bread, is that it's harder before it gets easier. The input does not equal the output. Come on, man, I'm breaking bread. The input, when you first start digging, when you first start planting the seed, going in, tilling that ground, tearing up that foundation, I'm breaking bread right now, tearing up the foundation to sow a seed, it's always harder. The input will not equal the output day one. And the challenge with mere humans is when I don't see what I expect to see, can I remain diligent and can I remain steadfast in what I believe that I've been called to do? Although I don't see the sustainable results that I thought I should see in the time frame I thought I should have them. I thought I should have been finished moving that cart 3 years ago. And the great I am is saying, stay there, deal with that cart. And see, the challenge for us is, when I'm putting in 60, 70, 80 hours and I'm not seeing the results, am I disciplined enough to keep working in the now, knowing that my input right now does not equal my output? Come on, man. I'm breaking bread right now. Working with the divine in you is all you need to receive all you need. Come on, Angelique, say that. Had to go through the storm first, but it was all worth it from here. And where I am, I'm going forward. Come on. Say that, Vaniqua. Say that. I see you, Leslie Scott. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be willing to understand that input and output is not always equal in that season of life. But understand, as I begin to input, there will be a season in my life where my output will be greater than my input. I just broke bread. But the challenge is when I'm being tested, and I'm working and I'm doing the 40 and 50 hours and I'm tired and I'm falling asleep when I first get home and it's becoming so difficult and I'm not seeing it. Is it working for me? Can you still stand? The gift has to be tested. Life, ladies and gentlemen, is a journey and not a destination. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Move that cart. I know sometimes you get frustrated while working on that cart and while you're planting and tilling the ground. I know sometimes it gets difficult. I know sometimes your family will not accept you. I know sometimes your money is funny and your change is strange. I know sometimes people get it all. You think you better than all of us. I know sometimes it hurts when you give so much and nobody gives back to you. I know it hurts so much when you put so much effort in your product and nobody is buying it. I know it hurts sometimes when you've given so much diligently and it's time for you to get something back and there's nothing coming out the ground. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, but the challenge to your gift and for you to maximize everything that God has given you is, can I keep planting when my fingers got blood on the ends of them? Can I keep planting when there's blisters in my hand? Can I keep going? Because at the other side, ladies and gentlemen, of that cart is everything that you wanted out of your life. I got to tell you up front that we are fighting a fixed fight. And we know the end of the story. Hey, Tina, we know the end of the story. The end of the story is that we are victorious. Somebody need to write that in the box. No matter what it looks like today, no matter how I feel today, the end of the story is I am victorious. You better awaken your I am. I am victorious. And the challenge is we have to tell ourselves that every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day. We got to say that 1,500 times a week until we start reaping or seeing the manifestation of our greatness. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. We are victorious. I am victorious. You got to start declaring and decreeing it. This fight is already fixed. I'm not doing Motivational Mondays to attract the masses. I'm not doing Motivational Mondays because this is what I got to do to get to the masses. I'm telling you, my gift is being tested. I'm okay showing up with 17 eyes. I'm okay showing up with 9 eyes. I'm okay showing up with a few people on Periscope. Why? Because I understand that my gifting is being tested. I am already victorious. We got to begin to live more present in the now. Move that cart. The only way to move that cart that I'm in front of currently is to live in the now. Essentially, living in the now means ensuring that your awareness is completely centered on the here and now. Come on, man. Come on. Thank you, Vaniqua. Thank you, Vaniqua. Ensuring that your awareness is completely centered on the here and the now. My awareness, ensuring my awareness is right now focused only on the cart that's in front of me. Come on, man. I'm going to break bread before this is over. My awareness right now, I can't have energy focused 17 carts down the road. I'm completely focused on growing and being grown in this season that I am in. I am so focused on my I am being awakened in this area, in this center of my life. Come on, man. I am alive and well here and now. You know, it's funny because I'm learning and growing. Like I go back and I listen to my Motivational Mondays, and I go back and I listen to my when I come on, I go uncut, and when we go bridging the nation. And I can tell you when I am completely in the moment, and I can tell you when like my mind's on basketball, or I got to help a kid with homework before they go to bed, and my mind is not in front of the cart that I'm in. I can tell you that when I hear myself speak, I know when I'm 100% totally engaged. And the challenge for you is to be honest with yourself and know when you're not 100% mentally engaged. I popped on Saturday for 10 minutes and I talked about how a lot of us always want to 10x our action. We want to do 10 times the action. We want to take massive action. I got to do all these things to be successful. And I'm telling you that we never take time to 10x our thought. It's the thinking, it's the thought, it's the starting, it's the genesis of everything good in our life. It's thought. And we spend so much time worried about what's to come. I'm getting to that in a minute, that we don't master where we are today. I'm so focused on what's down the road that I don't master my today. And when I don't master my today, it costs me 5 years from now. It costs me 7 years from now. It costs me 9 years from now. Why? Because I did not master my today. Oh, I just broke bread. Oh, yeah, come on. Yeah, 10x our thoughts, Joe. That's a word, Angelique. Master. Boy, that's a motivational Monday coming to you. You have to master the moment. Oh, my God, that's good right there. I got to do that in the future. Master the moment. My awareness is completely centered around this moment in time that I am right now. And I think great athletes, the LeBron James of the world, the Floyd Money Mayweathers of the world, and not just athletes, I think the Elon Musks of the world, I think they have an ability to compartmentalize that's greater than most people on earth. They are able to put their box cart so neatly in place that when LeBron is in the basketball box cart, that he's so engaged when he's in that basketball box cart that he's the best in the world doing it. But once he steps outside of that basketball box cart, and now it's time to go to the I Promise, his school box cart, that he's so engaged that his school now outperforms the public and private schools around that area. Why? Because he's completely engaged and compartmentalized in the box that he's in. When I'm at home with my kids, I am in that box. I cannot mentally be focused on what's going on with Motivational Monday, or I cannot be focused on what's going on at work. Why? Because I am engaged in the box. I got to move in this moment in my life. Come on, man, ladies and gentlemen. The challenge with a lot of us, our mind is running in so many directions that we become the master. We become a jack of all trades and the master of none. Why am I not a master? Why? Because your mind is all over the place. Come on, Keith. You know I got to do it. Come on, Tina. My mind is in so many different places at one time that I'm never efficient in doing any one thing. And so that is the definition of average. I'm believing God for the supernatural, but all my manifestation and the effort and time and thought that I give to everything is average. I remember when Mary and Martha got mad at Mary because when Mary saw the King of Kings, she went and sat at his feet. And Martha said, man, Mary, why are you over there? We got all these things to do. He said, no, you don't. He said, no, you don't. You only got one thing to do. And see, most of us, we're so busy doing what we think is good that we're not mastering the moment. Oh my God, that's bread breaking right there. We're not mastering the moment. Why? Why, motivational teacher? Because my mind, I'm at 9 different places at one time. And we know an unstable mind, y'all know it. I don't even have to finish. We know an unstable mind. What's the manifestation of an unstable mind? Oh my God, I'm breaking bread. Yeah, I am right now. It has to be centered in the here and now. You're not worrying about your future and you're not thinking about your past. When you live in the now, you are living where life is happening. Where is life happening? Life is happening in the now. Oh, it should be 700 eyes on here tonight. It should be 700 eyes on here tonight. I can tell you why the average American is in so much debt. I can tell you why there's so many people that's broker than a joke. I can tell you why most people don't get out of life what they think they're supposed to do. I can tell you why the most potential on earth is back in the graveyard. Why? Because I'm doing a whole lot of stuff and I'm not becoming a master of any. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Angelique chiming into this conversation. The time and thought people are giving to their goals is average when it should be extraordinary. You can't, man, I gotta deviate. Thank you, Angelique. You sending me there. I gotta deviate. Why do you believe that you could put average in and get greatness out? Why do you believe, thank you, Vaniqua, that I put in today and I'm supposed to see it tonight? Input does not equal output in the beginning. And I know that to some people, that's like cursing to them because I want it now. This is, man, trust me, the true riches are not microwave. The great I am is more concerned about your awakened I am than he is about the things that you accumulate. I just broke bread. You're worried about the $1 million and the money that's at the end. I'm challenging you to know that if you're the great I am awakens your I am, all those other things are added. You're seeking fame and fortune and money. You're seeking all those things. And the one thing the great I am is trying to attract to you is your awakened I am. And those things will be added to you. But no, we've been broke for so long. We've been around average humans so long. We've been around chickens so long that we have adopted a chicken's mindset when you were meant to be an eagle. We've been around average people so long that I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong. I'm just going to tell you. Like, in my house, we don't have money goals. Well, I want to be a millionaire in 2 years. I want to be this. See, we don't have money goals. We don't have, when we were young and ignorant, we didn't know any better. We had like our houses and we had cars and we had furniture and we had all these different things that we wanted around the house. And that's why listen, man, come on, man. Like with vision boards, we put all the things that we want on a vision board. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with putting the houses and the cars and the businesses and all the stuff you want on a vision board. But I would say at the center of that vision board is who I have to be to attract that house, or to be able to attract that car, or to be able to attract that business, or to be able to start that account. We never focus on the person that I have to be in order to attract those things. See, that's why I say seek ye the kingdom. And these other things will be added to you. But see, we're putting the things all around the house and we're not growing. Come on, man, I'm going to break bread tonight. And we're not growing into the person that I need to be to attract those things. And so all the pictures around, now I think, man, come on, man, I do believe in visualization and I believe in all those things, but you'll never maximize what you're supposed to do until you're able to be the person that can see that vision through. At the center of every vision board should be the awakened I am. Who do I have to be in order to attain those things? And that's why people lie. I'm so far off my notes. That's why people lie, cheat, steal, kill, and destroy, and will downplay and will cut your throat and will say negative things about you, will step on people to get to the top because their I am is not awakened. You don't have to worry about an awakened I am cheating their way to the top. You don't have to worry about that because they understand that the magic is not in what's at the top. The magic is in what happened to me on my way to the top. Oh, I just broke bread. I just broke bread. The magic is what happens to you during the journey. The magic is not what happens at the top of the mountain. See, you're focused on the things. We're focused on the things. And the great I am is focused on building us to the person that can attract the things. Until we have 100% harmony in that area where the great I am and my awakened I am are aligned, we'll never attract everything we want out of this earth. And right now, if your life and your lot in life and the things you want in life are not aligned with the great I am and awakening your I am, man, you'll never maximize you. I've been doing this 30 years and I just can't get ahead. Why? Because you're not in harmony with what the great I ams want to awaken your I am. Character matters. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get somewhere. I can't worry about my future. I can't worry about my past. I only control the now. I am living where life is happening. I only control the cart that I'm in front of. The great I am never put the pressure. His yoke is easy. and his burdens are light. He never gave me the pressure of having to move the 100-cart train that is my life. He never gave me, he never told me, he never put the earnest on me to have to move the 100 cart train. He said, you're only responsible for the cart you're in front of. Your awakened I am is only responsible for where life is happening now. I can't control that my dad was not in my life. I can't control that my dad was in and out of prison. I can't control that I had to be the first to get a high school diploma, first male on my dad's side to get a diploma. I had to be the first male on both sides to get a degree. I can't control what's behind me. Come on, I'm about to break bread. And honestly, oh, can I say it? I really am in more control what happens to me in the future. And see, I'm not worried about what's going to happen in the future because I'm present in the now. If I own enough moments in the now, if I own enough moments in the now, I control my future. That's why I'm not focused on what's to come. Come on, man. Come on, Keith, because you are a creator. I'm made in his image and his likeness. I don't have to focus on what's to come because if I own my now, I know what's coming because I'm sowing the seed in this moment for what's coming in the future. I just broke bread right there. That's heavy right there. If I sow bountifully, I reap bountifully. If I sow sparingly in this moment, I'm going to reap sparingly in this moment. That's not only good for seed, but that's good for life. I just broke bread. Come on, Keith. That's good stuff. I see you, Pat. If I own the now, I own my future. I'm not concerned. I remember Dr. Martin Luther King said, "Don't worry about me. I have a dream." I've seen young black boys and young white girls playing together on the other side. He said, "Don't worry about me right now. I've had the dream." He said, "I'll put so many seeds in the now that even if I don't make it to you over there, I've seen the coming." Come on, man. That dude was a person that understood what I put in the ground. He understood that what I was putting in the ground has to grow a harvest. And if we get to the point where I understand that the card in front of me is the most important thing in my life at this moment, I control my ultimate outcome. Staying in the present helps us live more fully. How many of y'all need a more full life? How many of you all out there need a more full life? Well, living in the present. I got people hit me up all on here now talking about this message. I love it. Y'all keep it coming. Living in the present helps us live more fully. Like your life will have more value when you focus on the present. Like you are more valuable to the people around you when you're in the present. I know research says 94% of the things that we worry about never come to pass. So we spend all of this mental energy worrying about something that might happen, and 94% of the time it never happens. And I've allowed the thief who comes to steal, kill, and destroy like a roaring lion to distract me from my now. And that moment he stole from me was invaluable. See, but the great I am understood that before you got in front of the motivational teacher to the masses, that there were going to be some moments that was lost. And so he said, man, this the great I am said this, I'm so awesome that I'm going to restore those years back to you where you were distracted. But you got to get in front of it only works if you're in front of the cart you're on right now. It only works if you're working right now. You cannot have years restored to you if you're not focused on the now. If you're not working in the now, when would the years be restored to you? A lot of us know what the great I am said about us, but a lot of us don't know what actions to take in order to see the manifestation of what we know the great I am said about me. How do I manifest my deity? Through my humanity. How do I live heaven on earth? The motivational teacher to the masses is breaking bread in here tonight. You gotta own it now. The present It's the only time that matters. I know he said, I'm the one that was, is, and is to come. I know he said that. I'm the one that was and that is to come. Which is the most important of them? The one that is. The one that is, the one that's operating today. Because it determines the one to come. I'm breaking bread right now. Researchers have found that people who live in the now are happier, they're more optimistic, they're less depressed, and their lives are more satisfied overall. I'm going to say that one more time. Researchers have found that people who live in the now are happier, they're more optimistic, they're less depressed, and they're more satisfied with life overall. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because people that live in the now know that I control my next moment. If I live in the now, I control my tomorrow. I'm not worried about not having bread to break. He take care of the birds in the sky and the lilies in the field. All of those things he takes care of. I am his prized possession. Why in the world would he not take care of me? I know right now you might not have enough money to pay your bills. I know right now your kids might be acting crazy. I know right now your spouse might be acting crazy. I know right now that you've taken out a loan to build that business and you're working hard to do it and you're doing it all by faith. And sometimes it just seems like I take 2 steps forward and then I get knocked back too. I know all those moments take place and all those moments are ordained. Come on, man. The steps of a righteous man are ordered, whether good or bad. The steps are ordered. I wish I could sing out, hit Fred Hammond on you, Antoinette Marie on you. Your steps are ordered. Don't you know the great I am understood the mistakes you would make? Don't you understand that there's a hedge of protection around your life, that nothing that can take you out will be able to happen to you? Why? Because there's a hedge around your life. And if moments and times, if that business didn't work, if that relationship didn't work, if that sickness on your that they said you had, the diabetes, whatever the cancer, whatever they said you had, don't you know that if you live in the now and you don't give that thing complete control over your mind, that it cannot take you out? Don't you know how powerful you are on this earth? That whatever you lend your members to, you become. And see, most of us, we spend time trying to get our head to agree with our heart. I'm telling you right now, like I know you're going to have thoughts of doubt. Come on, man. You're going to have thoughts that it's not going to work. But as long as you've accepted in your heart that I am God's elect, who shall lay any charge to me? Or if God be for me, who could be against me? Or if the great I am lives in and through me, what's greater than me? Boy, I'm breaking bread right there. Boy, I'm breaking bread right there. Say that to those in the back. If God be for me, who in the world can be against me? Height, nor depth, principality, nor power, no wickedness in high place. No, in all these things, I am more than a conqueror. What you going through, ladies and gentlemen, don't you, your future glory cannot be compared to I'm so far script, what you going through right now. Like the moment that you're owning right now, don't focus on what's going wrong. You focus on who the great I am is through you. Don't you know that you're not me plus God equal the majority, that I never work alone. I just broke bread right there. Oh, Aunt, you so big-headed. Oh, Aunt, you speaking so definite. Why? Because the great I am lives on the inside of me. Shouldn't we be humble? I am so humble to know that I never take glory. Glory belongs to him who works in and through me. That's how humble I am. And the moment where we begin that, no problem, no situation, I don't care how hard it get, it cannot take me out. Why? Because greater is he that's on the inside of me than him that is in this doggone world. I ain't running from no roaring lion. I am not going to allow my mental capacity to be disturbed by a lion with no teeth. Everything that could go wrong, 94% of it won't go wrong. If we're worried and we're chasing every dog that barks, we're forfeiting our goals and our dreams. If you're not willing to put that negative thinking on the altar, or allow yourself to stand true to what you believe, then your goals and dreams become the new sacrifice on the altar. And I'm telling you, the great I am is awakening your I am to do and to have all that he desires from your life. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be pessimistic. You don't have to feel like woe is me all the time. You don't have to feel that way. That's you adopting the thoughts and beliefs that you want for your own life. Nothing can happen to you. I'm gonna break bread. Nothing, I'm telling you, nothing can happen to you that you don't give your members to. I'm breaking bread right now. I know they said you had symptoms of diabetes. They said you had symptoms of cancer. They said you had symptoms of heart disease, but none of that becomes true until you lend your members to it. I'm not saying I think God and science and medicine works together, but the moment I receive, the moment we start making confession like my diabetes is so bad or my heart disease is so bad, is the moment that you've given your members over to that behavior. And now diabetes really does become yours, or now heart disease really does become yours. Whether you're negative or positive, it's working for you. I like that, ET. Whether it's positive or it's negative, it's working for you. All right, y'all, let me run through these right quick. 6 ways to move the cart. I got some people chiming into this conversation. Let me get it. I was taught to just pray. Yeah, that was great, but nothing started happening until I started praying and working. Say that again, Vaniqua. Future DON. None of that stuff worked until I started working. I like it like this. He said, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly more than we can ask or imagine, according to the power that what? Works in you. The exceeding and the abundantly more is according to the power that works in you. I like that comment, Vaniqua, because it truly is. That's why you can have, 4,000 people all hear the same word and only 3 get manifestation, because it was according to the power that works in you. That's why I said, man, this life thing is very predictable. Oh, I hate to say it that way, but it's true. Success is predictable, but so is failure. It's predictable. It shows up in our everyday habits, beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions. It shows up whether we're successful or whether we're not. It shows up every day in what we do, in the small things. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to start living our lives with more purpose. We have to start living our lives with more intentionality. And we have to take this moment, this breath that I have right now in my body is so precious. This moment that I'm giving myself for 1 hour to Facebook. I'm giving myself to 1 hour to YouTube and the Periscope. This is 1 hour I'll never get back. So if I'm going to be in this moment, I'm going to give y'all everything I have. I'm going to pour myself out in front of this computer screen. Why? Because I'm in this moment. This is to the great I am and to my awakened I am. This is the only moment that matters at this moment. I'm just telling you, like what my kids are doing. I hear them stomping upstairs. Like in this moment, I cannot be focused and engaged on what's going on above me. I only need to be focused and engaged on what's going on in my lens right now in this moment in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to start living present, and we have to start living intentionally. Success is predictable. So is failure. Failures aren't failures as long they're just current mishaps. Their situation has come to let us know that we must adjust our course. Like if the behaviors, I say it all the time, and I'm big on behaviors. And when I coach my secular team and I don't talk about performance. I only talk about behaviors. Behaviors drive performance. Performance doesn't drive behaviors. When numbers are good and numbers are bad, when things in your life are good or things are in your life are bad, you should approach it from the same lens. How am I improving? Because behaviors drive all the manifestation in our life. 6 ways to live in the moment. I'm going to run through these. 6 ways to live in the moment. Number 1, You have to focus on your now. The only thing that matters is that you're single-eyed focused on the now, that I compartmentalize my life. If I have to be at work for 8 hours a day, I'm going to be the best person there for those 8 hours a day. Come on, man. Holler at your boy. If I got to be at home with these kids, I'm going to make sure that I'm the best daddy I can be. I'm going to make sure they done their work. I'm going to make sure that it's done immaculately. I'm going to make sure that their room is clean. My son and I just opened up him a Robinhood account upstairs. Now I'm teaching him about investing. If I got to be a husband, I got to be the best husband I could be. I'm in the moment. My wife and I got a trip coming up. I'm cutting off all the work cell phones because the only moment that matters is my wife in that space and that time. That's the only moment that I'm focused on for those 5 days. That's the moment that we're in that season of our life. And I'm telling you, if we don't learn how to compartmentalize, we're going to waste the majority of our life. And when we lay in that pine box in front of that church, or we get cremated or thrown in, however you want to go out of here, when you get to that pine box, there will not be one defining thing that you did that defines your life. We only talk about Anita Baker Way, or Prince because of the music he made. We talk about Michael Jackson because of the music he made. We talk about Stephen Jobs because the investment into Apple. Why? There were defining moments that their life counted for something. And my challenge to you is we need to start spending our time where life matters. Focus on the now. Number 2. I'm going to take this paper down so I can see it. Number 2, pay attention to the small things. Pay attention to the small things. Big dreamers, man. I consider myself a big dreamer. I consider y'all a big dreamer. Big dreamers usually only focus on the big picture. Big dreamers saying, I got to move closer to my goal. And sometimes we step over the small things that the great I am is awakening our I am to, because we're trying to get to the big thing. Like we don't celebrate one box cart move. We want to wait till we get 10. I want to celebrate all 10 of these. No, I'm telling you to celebrate every time one is moved. And I'm telling you, if one is moving and show back up, you move 9 and shows back up at 17, I approach it with the same mindset. Move this cart again. I ain't going to feel bad about it. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move the cart. Pay attention to the small things, ladies and gentlemen. It's the small foxes that spoil the vine. We got to get in these nooks and cracks and corners of our life and start being truth, be honest to ourselves. Like, Aunt, you didn't put the time in order to do that. Aunt, you ought to be done with that book by now. Aunt, you ought to have your t-shirt line right now. Aunt, you should be doing seminars all across the country right now. Aunt, we got to start paying attention to the small nooks and crooks in our life and saying, Aunt, why aren't you? What about your I am right now that doesn't believe that you can put those on? And we got to start asking ourselves those tough questions and start answering those. So the great I am can start removing the doubt and unbelief, and we can start adding faith and start moving these carts. We ain't got it all together, and it's okay to say we don't have it all together. And the great thing is that you don't have to have it all together for the great I am to awaken your I am and to work good and through you. You don't have to have it all together. I know they told us at one point, if you're going to do that, you got to have all this. No, the great I am doesn't have to work with all that. I'm telling you, favor it's better than currency. I'm telling you right now, pay attention to the small things. Notice the world around you. Notice what's going on around you. Notice, what's working and what's not working in your life. You got to start taking these moments, ladies and gentlemen, to try to get to know, in order to know how to maneuver in this world, because this world it changes daily. We got to start getting into the small things. Number 3, smile. Smile. Number 3 is smile. Enjoy this season of your life. Enjoy this season of your life. Don't allow your emotions. Don't allow bad news. Don't allow people to take you away from who you are. At the end of all this stuff, and trust me, sometimes I get the same way out, and I want every proposal I submit, I want it to work out, man. Trust me, I get it. And you want to spend time, where did it go wrong, whatever. I just understand that it wasn't given for me in this season. It wasn't given to me in this season. And I can't cry about what's not given to me this season because God has been so good to me in this season of my life. We got to spend more time focusing on what we got right than what we got wrong. And for big dreamers, thank you, ET. For big dreamers, it's easy for us to nitpick our flaws, but we got to keep pressing toward the mark of the high calling. The reason we got to keep pressing because there are going to always be moments where we have to get better. So throughout this journey, man, smile. I know it's been hard, man, but sometimes you got to smile, man. You got to smile through the pain. You got to smile through the hurt. You got to smile through the disappointment. You got to smile through the minor setbacks. You have to smile through when the day doesn't go quite like you want it. You got to smile through it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't change. Listen, man, a bad day doesn't change the call that's on your life. A bad month does not change the call that's on your life. A bad year does not change the call that's on your life. A bad decade does not change the call that is on your life. For the gifts and calling of God are without repentance. If you're on this side of the dirt, your goals and your dreams and your gifts are still working for you. Come on, man. Thank you, God, for these smile lines. And I think more of us need to develop those. That's good. It's about the seasons. Come on, ET. Sometimes we got to smile. Number 4, and I think this is so important. Number 4, perform random acts of kindness. If you want to see your life matter, like yesterday, we were coming back from a tournament. We stopped at a gas station. I went in the store. I noticed there was a guy out there, and he wasn't even asking for money, but you could tell he was homeless. I went in and I bought him a big old bottle of water, and I just gave it to him. Man, moments like those is why I've been put on earth. Moments like those, or I had a friend that was raising money for his basketball team, and he needed to raise X amount of dollars for his basketball team, and I could cut him a cash out just like that. Bam! Like, it's those moments in time where I say, man, I see why the great I am has awakened my I am. It's not for the car. It's not for the house. It's not for the bank accounts. It's for the random acts of kindness to help other people awaken their I am. It was a young brother that was at the gas station, and he was trying to just get enough money to get gas in his car. I said, young brother, where you trying to go? He was like, if I get $5 worth of gas, it'll get me where I was going. So I walked over to his car. I had $5, and I talked to him. I said, bro, you know you don't have to live like this. Don't you know that there's something special about you? That you've been put on earth for a season such as this. And this is a dude with tattoos from his fingers on up to his whole chin. The dude was sitting there in tears. And he talked about how his grandmama used to say the same thing, that he was special. That he was special. He started talking to me about gas, and we walked away talking about how he gonna add gas to his life in order to get to where God has already given him, to where his grandmother would talk about it. I had a book in my car. I love the 15 Valuable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. I took that book off my front seat. I said, young brother, start here. Start here. And I'm saying, it's those moments where I'm like, man, like, God, I thank you for using me. I thank you for awakening my I am to do the good that you wish through me. See, most of us, we've gotten this story wrong, and everything that we want is so self-centered and selfish, and we believe that it's all about us. But God is awakening your I am, man, to be a person of influence, to be a person to drive people to him. My mom saw some kids at school who had bad shoes, so she decided to take up money and buy shoes for kids in the school in the neighborhood. Why? Because our lives are more than just meat and bread. Oh my God, I just broke bread. I'm reminded of the story when your life is given to something more, you engage in the moment. When Jesus, my great example, was at the well, and the lady came walking to the well, and she was like, man, what you doing here? You don't even belong here. She said, I came down here to get some water. He said, man, you drink of this water I'm about to give you, you'll never thirst again. Random acts of kindness. Come on, man. They are acts of, I love that, Angelique. They are acts of the Creator. Man, if you want your life to matter, if you want to feel like your life matters, random acts of kindness will give you a new life, man. Like, that's when you really Take yourself from being a mere human and worried about you, and now you get moving. Somebody, he needed more than $5. He needed Anthony Williams for 5 minutes. Come on, say that. He needed the motivational teacher to the masses. I'm telling you, I'm going to change this world. If it's one at a time, I'll do it. If it's 50,000 at a time, I'm going to do it. I'm going to change this doggone world, and ain't nothing going to stop it. Hey, come on, man. Perform random acts of kindness. Number 5, in all, give thanks. In everything that you do and that you see, have gratitude, give thanks. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? My life is not my own. My life is him that works in and through me. Anything that's good in my life, it happened through him. Anything that's good. I mean, and even some of the bad that I've went through, it's because of that he's trying to get me to a place. I know it didn't work right. I know it didn't always go right. But I tell you what, man, in all these things, give thanks, because guess what? It could have been worse. Because he had a hedge, because the great I am had a hedge of protection around you, there was only so much loss you could take. Come on, man. In everything, listen, man, in your wins and in your losses, you got to give thanks for your losses as well. I know it didn't go the way I thought it should, but the lesson that I learned is more valuable than the loss that I endured during that season of my life. I learned something about myself. I tell you, man, I'm telling you, I've been through a divorce. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, but I give thanks to God for going through that moment, because it made me the man I am today for my wife and my boys. It made me who me going through that season of seeing myself as being selfish and being self-preservation and having pride and all of those things. Like that moment led me to that moment of seeing who I really am. And without that moment, I'm not here today. God, I thank you that I went through that moment, and that moment couldn't take me out. Boy, I just broke bread. And I'm come on, man, this thing will go a whole nother place right here. When I start thinking about how much God is just, my cousin, my mom is on here. I'm just a little kid from the dusty roads of Waverly, Alabama, and to see the life that the great I am has awakened my I am to at this moment in time, it's phenomenal to me. And when I think about what I lost, it's small compared to what I gained in the great I am, awakening my I am to dominate and to reign. Come on, I broke bread right there. Blessed moments, you are proof of God's work, walking testimony. God, I am God's, that's another I am. I am God's witness. I love that. I'm gonna awaken that my I am to that one. Loss equals learning. I ain't gonna complain about what I lost. I'm gonna more talk about what I learned. And that changes that situation from being something negative to something positive. So we can't cry about it. I could have not made it out of that abusive relationship because I did. That's why I'm here right now. Come on, Vaniqua. I can't cry about what I went through in that relationship. I know it hurt and it was painful, but right now I am sitting in the seat, future DON in that seat, because it changed my perspective of life. Like, I appreciate every moment that I have. I appreciate the good and I appreciate the bad, because some of those moments where things that go our way is an opportunity for God to show himself strong. It's an opportunity for him to be Jehovah Jireh in our life. The great I am is always looking for new and creative ways to awaken your I am. And last but not least, number 6. And I think Bob Marley said it best. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't worry, be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you the years that people are allowed to be stolen from them in their life by not being happy. Like, we all got people that we know. Every time we see that call on the phone, like, I ain't answering that because I don't want to sit here and listen to it for 20 minutes. Oh, life is so bad. Whoa, everything going wrong. Whoa, woe is me and woe is everything in the earth. And I don't know how we're going to make it out of this pandemic. And I don't know when are they going to call me any day and tell me I done lost my job and woe is this and woe is that. We know those people. We got to, but for us dreamers, don't worry. Don't worry. Every little thing is going to be all right. Be happy. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. You know why? Because the great I am has awakened your I am. Even when you have the feeling or the thought or the idea that it's not going to be well, trust me, every little thing is going to be all right. I dare for some of us to adopt that behavior and that thought pattern in our life. When the enemy comes like a roaring lion, we sit there and we stare that roaring lion in the face and say, every little thing is going to be all right. I choose not to worry. I choose not to complain. I choose not to focus on what's negative. I choose to move in the direction of my goals and my dreams. I choose to move this cart. I just broke bread. Everything I talked about tonight is about moving the cart. It's about compartmentalizing. It's about taking care of business in the now. I just broke bread. It's about taking care of business in the now. And I promise you, every little thing is going to be all right. Man, I want to thank y'all for being on here with me tonight. I know for chiming in. Most of you all was on here almost a whole hour. I appreciate that, man. Like you guys, like that's what's funny. You all encourage me as much as I encourage you. Just for you to find the value in what God has given me. It strengthens my confidence that what I got is valuable. I just broke bread again. And I appreciate you all for chiming into this conversation because y'all make this happen. Hey, I challenge you, man, go back and hashtag this 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to it every 4 or 5 times a day. We got to get this stuff in our cranium. We got to get these thoughts so we can start creating new behaviors. And man, don't worry. Everything is going to be all right. Hey, if you would, please go subscribe to my YouTube page if you have not. Williams Inspire, same thing for Facebook if you have not. I will say YouTube was on fire tonight. Facebook, we got to catch up. YouTube was on fire tonight. I thank y'all for spending some time with me. And until next time, I am challenging you all to wage war on mediocrity.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war.